This screencast is going to show a quick overview of resources to use for your history project. For my example, I'll do World War II. Now, to start out with, a good resource to use for World War II, you can find under links, and there's actually two ways to do this, one under links and one under collections. For links, if I click See All, it will bring up various databases that we're linked to. And one that is a good one is America at War Online. And if you ever need a password to get into a database like I do here, here is the database passwords document. And you can always click this and it'll give you the passwords to all the databases we subscribe to. Another way to get to America at War Online is through our collections right here. And if you click See All, I'm doing that. And I'll bring up the collections here, and here's a collection for history research resources. So I'll click that, and if I scroll down a little bit, here's that America at War database. So you don't need to scroll and find it. And again, I also have this passwords for databases document right up there. So I'm going to click the America at War database, Richland CHS for Richland Center High School. All right, and we're in. And I said I'm going to do World War II, so here's World War II. And you can see this resource is great for any war that America was involved in. It has tons of resources, and it breaks each war down by section, so it's easily readable. This is great for an overview of World War II, and lots of other sections as well. Like if you wanted to do something about what action was taking place in Africa during World War II, you can click this, and it'll give you a nice article. And they also have each section off over here as well. And if you find an article you really like, you can always email it to yourself. Save paper instead of printing, so you can email it so that you can just log into your email right away. And then down at the bottom, here's the MLA citation. So you can just copy and paste that into your document for whenever you write your research paper or do your project. So this is a great resource for any sort of war that America was involved in. Another great resource is this Modern World History database. So I'll bring that up. And let's say, so I'm doing World War II. All right. And it gives me some information about this. Let's say I want to do World War II and I want to look up the pilots in World War II. All right, here it gives me War in the Pacific, Japanese aircraft. It probably gives some information on that. And this database, it has tons and tons of information. So part of this is just narrowing down and finding the exact article you want. So this database is a little bit more broad, but it gives the most information of any database. And you can have it read aloud to you. It's a little robotic, but not too bad. If you need to cite it, again, here's that MLA citation. You can just copy and paste it. Nice and easy for citing your document. You can also share it. If you want to email it to yourself, you can do that. You can also get the URL so that you can just copy and paste it wherever you need to access it. So that's pretty much this database. Really broad, tons and tons of information. So if you're having trouble finding info for your topic, this is a great resource to use. Another database would be Encyclopedia Britannica and World Book Online. And these are basically the same idea. They have a lot of the same info. Encyclopedias are great for any sort of event that happened, like a war, and also for people. So let me just type in World War II. And here it brings up some information on World War II. Let's say I want to look up, let's say, Benito Mussolini. Oh, and here it pops up even before I finish typing. All right, and here it talks about what he did during his entire life and also during World War II, his role in World War II, right over here. I like this, that you can also select the reading level. So here you look at how much is for his early life. If I select the easiest reading level, well, it shortened it to this, and it gives you the most important parts of that entire long paragraph. But you're all in high school, so I think most of you can probably do the number 3 reading level. It gives you the most information. And again, you can listen. You can translate if you want it to do a different language. You can also cite to get your MLA citation to copy and paste. And you can also send it and email it to yourself if you want. So that's Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica. And World Book Online, basically the same thing. You can click on Student. And let me just search for World War II. Now you notice that it's not really bringing up World War II as the main article. I think that's because I typed it in as the number 2. Let me try II, World War II, and now it brings it up as the main article. So sometimes you just have to adjust your search terms a little bit or change the way you word things when you do a search. So I can click Read More. And again, it gives a nice big overview of World War II. And you, just like with Encyclopedia Britannica, you can translate something. You can change the text size. If you don't know a word, usually you can double click a word. There we go, to bring up the definition of a word if you're unsure of what a word you're reading means. And again, you can also listen to it. And you can actually change between male and female voice and how you want it to sound. If you like listening to different accents. All right, and then the last resource I want to show you is, of course, the library homepage itself. And let me go back to Destiny Discover, which is what you'll see on yours. And you can, of course, use this to search for books as well. So if I want to search for the Navajo Code Talkers, I could type in Code Talkers. And here's 2 books that pop up, and here's the call number to help you find the book with the call number. Now we have 2 books here. If I want to broaden my search a little bit, maybe I just type in code. And, well, obviously graphic novels aren't relevant. Neither are the fiction books. But here popped up this other one, and it says Codebreakers and the War Against the Soviet Union. Now you might think this isn't relevant because you're saying I need World War II, not Soviet Union. But if you click it, you can see that it tells how the NSA came to be from its roots in World War II. So you might find some additional information in this book. So those are the resources that you can use for your research project.